Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to LilyLuLou. Oh, I'm sorry. Welcome back to LilyLuLou. My name's Karen. If you haven't been here before, there's a little taste of what to expect. And if you're a returning visitor, a very warm welcome back to you. Thank you for joining me today. Now, I've not been crafting since I was last on video, I don't think. With the events of the past week, the Queen's passing and her funeral and everything, I just haven't really felt like doing anything. And every time I came up here, I wanted to craft. I felt like I wanted to craft, but I came up here and I was just sort of moving things and sitting looking at stuff and not getting anything productive done. So I did have a bit of a tidy up in my craft room and have moved some things around. And I was promising myself today I was going to come up here and I was going to spend all day working, and it's now it's gone 12 o'clock anyway, gone midday, and I've just come up here. I've walked the dog, so I'm hoping he'll be quiet. And then I went to start filming and the sun was shining and causing shadows on my area. And then I realised that if I shuffled, I'm normally sitting up that end of the table, and I realised that this end was more in shadow, but I'm still in front of the window, so hopefully it's still light enough. So I thought, oh, I wonder if I slide along, if that will be better. So I've just pushed everything along my desk and switched the camera on, and I'm now conscious that everything's down that end. I don't know if I can reach anything. I can't quite get under the table properly here because of this filing cabinet under the table, but I'm back and I'm going to carry on with my end of year journal and we'll see how we get on. So all I literally have done since you were last here is I found, I don't know if I had this fabric out when I was last filming. I was looking for fabric that had a bit of red and green and gold in, but wasn't overly Christmassy, because it is an end of the year journal. It's not just a Christmas journal. And if you remember, all my pages are tucked under where my camera is. I wonder if I can get them out. And I've just remembered something else that I've left downstairs that I wanted before I did this video. I'm going to try and get these papers out without knocking my whole camera setup down. I'm sorry. Bear with me. If I shake you, I apologise. Right, there they are. So if you weren't here last time, these are the papers that I've collated for each month. So this is October. So it's a bit of a nod to Halloween, but it's not overly Halloween-y. And then this was my November pages. And these are my December pages. So sort of the theme going through them is red and sort of a yellowy goldy colour and green. So I thought that paper went quite well, no, that fabric went quite well with those papers. Oh my goodness. So I got this piece of fabric out and I've literally just stitched around it onto that cereal box that you saw me working with last time, and I had all sorts of trouble sewing this on. My thread got caught and ran out and had to go back and put a different thread in, and so I've got a bit of white here that I need to try and pick out, and some brown. I wanted green thread but I couldn't find any, and this fabric is supposed to be up this way, but I've got a little, I didn't glue this before I stitched it. I don't know why. I just felt like going for it and I did. So I've got a little tiny sort of pucker there, where the fabric's not quite flat. So I could turn it up that way so that's on the back. But then that fabric is actually upside down, but I'm not sure it really matters. It's, you know, it's not going to be overly obvious, so I'll have to think about that. So, and then what I was going to do, I did think as I was stitching this and having problems, I thought, oh, that doesn't matter. I will fold the fabric over the edge all the way around and stitch it again so that it hides this mess here, and on the outside you'd have 2 lines of stitching, but then I'll have, you know, even if I'm folded it over and made a neat edge, then I've still got this fabric on the inside, which I would then want to cover with something, and I didn't want to do that because I like this colour craft paper. So what I think I'm going to do is just, and I'm just going to go for it, I'm going to cut this excess fabric off all the way around with my pinking shears. So that's what I'm doing. I made a decision and I'm going for it. So how are you all? I hope you're all well and happy. It's quite a nice day here today. I have had to put a jumper on, and I did need to put a jacket on when I took Max out this morning, but the sun is shining and I've got washing on the line, so all is good. I'm hoping that I can get back to normal a bit now. The last the last week to 10 days I've felt quite emotional about the Queen's passing, which I'm quite surprised at, but you know, like a lot of us, she's the only monarch we've ever known, and you know, she's been there all of our lives, and I think that's why it's affected my age group more than we anticipated it would. So I'm hoping now that we've had, you know, the funeral and everything, I can start getting back to normal. I've not been very busy with my work, and as I say, I haven't really felt like crafting either. Don't know, it's weird. I've just felt in a weird mood. So I did watch the funeral yesterday, which I mean, I knew I'd have it on in the background. Oh, I do apologise. I think the postman might be here. Max is barking. Hopefully, I have got the door shut and he's downstairs, so hopefully it's not too loud. I'll need to just go and check in case that's somebody knocking at the door. I'll be back in a sec. I'm back again. It was the postman. I got a couple of nice little things in the post, so I might show you those in a minute. So we finished trimming this, didn't we? So yeah, yesterday I watched the Queen's funeral, and I was saying I didn't really, in the back of my mind, I thought I'd have it on the telly, but I didn't plan to sit and watch it all day, but I did. I put the TV on in the morning and I just sat and watched it all day. So, but yeah, I would have loved to have gone up and paid my respects to London, but with Max, that's just not, just not viable. There's no way, you know, there's no way I could leave him for that long, and obviously my husband and my daughter both go out to work during the day, so there would be no one else here, and I can't leave him with anyone else. He's just not that sort of dog, unfortunately. So yeah, I did a TV marathon instead. So I hope everybody else is well and hasn't been too affected by the events of the last couple of weeks. I'm just trying to pull out these little white threads. Might have to work on that off camera. It's not very enthralling, is it, watching me do that? I really don't know what I'm doing today. I just thought I'd make a start and turn the camera on, so who knows where we'll end up, what we'll end up doing. I haven't really given much more thought to what I want in this journal either. I did intend to tea dye some more paper to have a few more pages in here, but I haven't got around to that either, so I might just sew in the papers I've got, and then maybe, you know, if I want more pages I'll have to add them in innovative ways, shall we say. Right, that's more of that white thread out. So, and I think I want to ink the edges of this card. Although the papers are not overly vintagey, I think I still want to ink the edges of this card. Let's have a look and see. Come on, last bit. Right, that's that done. Let's snip that thread, make it a bit tidier. Okay, so yeah, to ink or not to ink, that is the question. Just give it a little bit. I hope I'm not knocking the camera. As I'm working, I can feel the table shaking slightly. I don't know if that's showing on camera or not, or if it's actually moving the camera, I'm not sure. So a little bit of subtle inking there. So these have to be sewn in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 28, 56. So it's 112 sides of paper, both sides. I think that will be okay, because I can add papers on here. I was going to put envelopes or something at the front, wasn't I, with a bit more space. And I could even put an extra, you know, an elastic binding in the middle where I could slip extra pages in if I wanted to later on. I could do that at the front and the back as well, or just in the middle, or in between each signature, as long as I don't go too close. So that's options. I do still feel like that might be, no, when I stick things up, right, I'm faffing now, aren't I? I need to get on with this. So what shall I do next? What am I going to do pocket wise? Where's my papers I had left? Oh, I thought I had more than that. Oh, I thought I had more left than that. No, I don't like that. I think I want to have brown envelopes. Let me see if I've got some down here. I think I want to do something with these sorts of envelopes, but they're too big as they are, so I'm going to have to cut them down and then decide what I'm going to do with them. Oh, if I opened them up, I could sew them in like I did on that other. Right, I'm just going to go and chop these up a bit and open them up so I can do something with them. I'm back again, and the sun's come out on the other side now. So I've still got sun down here, so I hope it's not too distracting. If I slide over a little bit more, I wonder if I can move my camera over a little bit more. Oh, I think that's going to be the best I can do. Right, what I did, I've cut the height. I cut the bottom off these envelopes to make them a better height for the journal, and then I've literally just taken a sliver off that edge so that that opens up, so that I could actually sew this as a signature at the front, and then I can seal that back up and hide the strings if I want to. So I've got two of those, one for the front, one for the back. Did I cut that one down? Yeah, I did. I thought I'd forgotten to cut that one down then for a minute. And then while I was rummaging for things, because I think that's just going to be too big on there, so I thought that would be interesting there. And then I was rummaging for other brown things I might have. I was looking for file folder actually, but I don't want to have to go up into the loft, and all my file folders are up there. I found these from my card making days. I've got some envelopes and some card backs. So I initially thought, oh, I could put an envelope on here as a pocket, but they're a bit too wide. So I thought, if I cut the card in half, I've got a pocket now for the front and the back inside covers. And then to sort of tie everything in even more, I thought what I could do was 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can see some of these are bashed about a bit. 1, oops, 2, 3. But you know, we'll be decorating this. It's a junk journal. So I'll have a pocket there, and then we'll have a sewn in envelope there. And then I thought on the front of each signature we could have a card, because that gives a bit more interest. And then down here I could stamp the month, or I might have to cut it out of something, because the only letter stamps I've got are these big ones. And they might be too big to fit down here, but I could just do the 3 letters, couldn't I? Oct, Nov and Dec. So I thought that would look nice stamped down there on each one of those. Would have, oh hang on, I've got the September. No, I haven't. I've got October, November and 2 for December, haven't I? Because I decided December was going to be a month where we needed more. That's right. See, I haven't been doing this for a long time. I've forgotten what I'm doing. That's my other envelope. So that's going to go there. And then I have another envelope at the back to put things in as well. That will be sewn in. So yeah, that's where I am now. I feel like I know what I'm doing a bit more now. So, oh, I'm back with the sew every 5 minutes. That really annoys me, so it must annoy you. These definitely will need inking around because they've got white card showing. I won't sew those in because I've already put the fabric cover on, so that would show through. If I sewed them in, although I could make a feature of that, I suppose. I think I'll probably just glue them, and they will need a little doobry, won't they? Right, I can't remember what's in which drawer here now. Where are the punches? Punches. punches, where are you? They should be in here. The big one's in here that I'll have to do. So this punch is being a bit temperamental at the moment, so I hope it will do this. So that's halfway, and we'll go in about that much. Let's see if I can line it up and get it the same on the other one. Ooh. Right, so there'll be our pockets. There and there. What do I want to stick those down with? I don't think these have an actual front and back because sorry if I'm jogging the table again. Because they were cards, they should be the same both sides. They should look presentable on both sides. Let's just make sure we can't see any of the white inside. Oh, got a bit madder on that one. Can you see me? I've got the sun in my eyes now, and I can't really see what's on the screen. So I hope that you can see me all right. Right, okay. Sorry, I've gone quiet. I'm just thinking now about sewing these signatures in. I think I'm going to have to do measuring because I've got the envelopes as well. So that's like six signatures now to sew in. So where's that little scrap I just mopped up the glue with? Yeah, I might have to make some marks on here so that I get the signatures lined up. So be there, that will be there. So these cards are going to need inking as well. Because again, you can see the white coming through. Even though I haven't cut these, it's just the way they're made. And I have no idea where these cards came from. I'm very sorry. If they were from a shop, they would have been from Hobbycraft, and that, to be fair, I've had them so long, that is probably the most likely place. They're most likely to have come from there than anywhere else. I think the only place they may have come from online would have been Create and Craft TV, because I used to be a member there. There is a slim chance they came from my Stampin' Up days, but I don't think they did. They're most likely to have come from Hobbycraft, I would imagine, these cards and envelopes. But you know, they're just craft cards and envelopes. They're not difficult to find. So that's that one. Now I don't have a stamping platform or anything, so my words are going to, oh, I've done that on the inside. Did I do that on the inside? I don't know if I did. My letters are not going to be lined up. They are going to be wonky. With the best will in the world, they're going to be wonky. So we're just going to have to embrace the wonk and go with it. So should we try and stamp those? So that was there. So I did decide I'm not going to fit 7 letters in there, am I? Let's just do random. 1, 2, 3. No, we're not. So we want, there's my O. These alphabet stamps are from Stampin' Up. If you want to, it's called Morning Post Alphabet. I think that's all you know. I don't know if they still do them or not. I haven't been a Stampin' Up demonstrator for years, so I don't know what they currently carry, what they still do and what they don't. I would imagine they don't still do them because they change their stock fairly regularly. But you'll probably find them on eBay or somewhere like that. I'm being very naughty and not being card-like at all. I'm not worrying about where these are, whether they're lined up. I'm just embracing the junk journal and going for it. So I feel like when I make my tags for my swap, that one's a bit iffy. I'm not going to try and do it again. We'll end up with can you see that all right? I'm sorry about the sun. That's okay. So then we want November. So we want N-O. Put the C back and a V. Oh, everything's out of my reach now. I've moved up here. Right, where's the V? The only thing about these stamps is they are a real pain to get back in the 2 boxes. So these, I like these stamps because I don't know if it's picking it up on camera or not, and obviously I'm not stamping them very well because I'm not stamping them on a proper surface, but they have script in the background of the stamp. Can you see that? So it's quite a nice detail. Just stamping that off on a bit of of scrap paper there because I haven't used these for such a long time. And December we need to do twice because we've got 2 signatures for December. It's not coming out very well. I really need to be stamping on something more suitable, don't I? Where is... I used to have all these things that I should have to be doing this properly. I got rid of most of them. So... better do it over here, or you might be able to see better here as well, maybe. I've got a new distress ink pad, and the actual pad, you know, the spongy bit, has come away from the base. So as I'm pushing my stamps or my dauber onto the sponge, it's moving all over the place. And V, oh, I don't think the V's ever been stamped anywhere. I wonder how long this video is today. I feel like I've been here for ages and I haven't actually done much. Oh, the V looks quite nice on that scrap piece of paper. Let's hope it looks as nice on here. I'm not sticking my head under the camera, am I? No. Good. Oh, don't move it, Karen. Oh, the V looks quite nice. Can you see that one? This sun is very annoying. I mean, it's beautiful, but it's very annoying when you're trying to film something. And then we want... So we don't want the V anymore. We want a D and an E and a C. I have to clean all these afterwards. T goes in there. See, I mean, how did I have all these fit in here? Don't know. See, the O's supposed to go in there. I can't see the O fitting in there anywhere. It's like the Krypton factor. Do you remember that? And I don't need the N. See, there's nowhere to put them. Right, so I need the D, the E and the C. So that'll be fun later, playing with those, trying to get them all back in again. Right, have I used the D? What's it like over there? Not bad. It doesn't really matter, Karen, it's a junk journal. It's supposed to be a bit junky. D. I still haven't started my daughter's journal. Oh dear, I think I've got about 2 weeks now to make it, and I'm not quick, as you can see, making journals, so that's going to be an interesting one. And I keep changing my mind about what theme I'm going to do for her. I said in the last video, didn't I was going to do a Harry Potter journal. Now I'm having a rethink. I think I might just do, her favourite colour is duck egg blue, like me. So I'm thinking I might just do a girly journal, mainly blue, but with a bit of pink and some lace, and that feels more 21st like. So that's my thoughts at the moment. And I've got the fabric for a cover, which used to be an old duvet set of the girls when they were tiny. So I thought that was quite suitable. Can you see that one okay? Right, last one we're going to do December again. Oh, I've got itchy nose. I'm going to do the E. Oh no, if I do that I'll probably smudge it, won't I? I was going to say I'll do the E first to get it in the middle, but it doesn't matter, Karen. Right. Yes, I've got an old piece of fabric that was a duvet set from the girls' beds when they were little that I could use as a cover, because it's like a pale blue background with pink roses on. It's probably made an appearance on this channel before in various journals. And I know that that Paris kit I've got of Shabbydabbydoodah is blues and pinks. It was Shabbydabbydoodah, wasn't it? I used it for my other daughter's 21st as part of her journal, so I don't want to make it the same, obviously, but I thought I could use those papers. So that's my thoughts at the moment, but that's why I think that's why I haven't started, because I'm not, you know, entirely sure of what I want to be doing. And then if I do that, I can include elements, you know, things that she has liked as she's grown up. I can put a little bit of a nod to Winnie the Pooh in there and a nod to Harry Potter and things. So I think that's the way I may be going at the moment. Come back in a couple of days to find that I've changed my mind again. So ta-da! That's that one. So we've got that, that, and that. Obviously that will need a bit of decoration on there, and that, and then our envelope at the front and our pockets front and back. So I've done a little bit, I've made some decisions. So I'm going to, I think I'm going to sew those in next, but I'll do that off camera, and I'll quickly show you what came, why the dog was going mad. First thing, nice things after my horrible few days. I'm with my company, I'm working towards a holiday, so they've just sent me what I need to be doing to win that holiday, which is nice. And then this is a delivery that has just arrived, so I took it out of the envelope before I switched the camera back on, but I haven't actually opened it. I thought you might like to see what I've got in here. I'm trying to, I don't know if I've cut through the actual bag or not, but I could save that and use it. Aren't we awful? Everything's got to be saved and reused. These are some old documents that I saw on eBay. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? Look at that writing. To Mr. George Powell, as tenant of number 16 Imperial Square, Cheltenham, and all others whom it may concern. We hereby give you notice that by an indenture dated the 18th day of June 1863, this is from 1863, and made between Louisa Sophia Markland, Caroline Eliza Walker, and Leonora Amanda Mackintosh of the first part, Thomas Williams of the second part, and Joseph Benjamin Walker and Hugh Richard Duncan Mackintosh of the third part. The message or tenement land, oh, I can't read that word, and premises now in your occupation as tenant thereof are now vested in us, and we have become entitled to receive the rents, issues and profits now due, and to accrue due from you. And we further give you notice that we have appointed the above named Caroline Eliza Walker and Leonora Amanda McIntosh, our agents, to receive and give receipts for the rent due and to accrue due from you, and we authorise you to pay the rent due from you to the said Caroline Eliza Walker and Leonora Amanda McIntosh, or to either of them, and the receipt of the receipt of either of them shall be an effectual discharge to you for all rent or monies you may so pay to them or either of them. Dated this 22nd day of June 1863. Wow, isn't that marvellous? This one is dated 1864. I'm not even going to attempt to read that. Another letter. And look at all that lovely paper, and it's watermarked. It says H. Mills 1832 is the watermark. That feels lovely. And then this, obviously that's very long, I won't be reading that on camera. I can't see a date on that either, but I would imagine it's around the same time. And then what's this? Schedule. Oh, it's a legal agreement. (31st of December 1928). 1928, so this is not quite so old. And then this little letter with the Inland Revenue 1 penny stamp on. This is from 1872. Wow, got the foxing on the back. Aren't they gorgeous? Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Love it. That's cheered me up no end. And obviously spending time with you all has cheered me up as well. So I hope you enjoyed that video today. Sorry if it was waffly and rambly and not very to the point, but I felt like I needed to come on and do something with you all on camera today. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for sticking with me to the end if you did. And I'll see you all again in a couple of days for who knows what. Take care. Thanks for joining me. Bye bye.